Settlement, indefinite leave to remain, after 5 years on a skilled worker visa. Welcome to your pathway to permanent residence in the United Kingdom. If you've spent 5 continuous years in the UK under a skilled worker visa, you may now be eligible to apply for indefinite leave to remain, also known as ILR. This is a major milestone that allows you to settle permanently in the UK without time restrictions. To qualify, you must meet several key criteria. These include completing 5 full years of continuous residence in the UK under the skilled worker route, and being in ongoing employment with a licensed sponsor. You must also meet the current salary threshold for your role, pass the Life in the UK test, and demonstrate English language proficiency at a minimum of B1 on the CEFR scale. In addition, you must meet the good character requirement and ensure that you have not exceeded the permitted number of days outside the UK during your qualifying period. The salary requirements for ILR are subject to specific thresholds. As of April 2024, the standard salary level is £38,700 per year, or the going rate for your job, whichever is higher. However, there are exceptions. If you're working in a health or care role, the threshold may be lower at £29,000 per year. For roles listed on the immigration salary list, the required amount is £30,960 annually. If your first certificate of sponsorship was issued before the 4th of April 2024, the lowered threshold of £29,000 may still apply to you. You must also monitor your travel. The rules permit no more than 180 days of absence from the UK in any rolling 12-month period during your 5-year qualifying time. It's important to note that this is calculated on a rolling basis, not by calendar year. If you exceed this limit, your continuous residence may be considered broken, which could delay or invalidate your ILR application. However, there are limited exceptions where absences may be disregarded. These include serious illness or injury, armed conflict, natural disasters, or pandemic-related travel restrictions such as those experienced during COVID-19. These situations require supporting documentation and are assessed on a case-by-case basis. The Life in the UK test is mandatory for most applicants aged between 18 and 64. This test assesses your knowledge of British history, traditions, and values. It's essential to pass this before submitting your ILR application. Alongside this, you must prove your ability to speak and understand English. This can be done in several ways: by passing an approved English language test, holding a degree taught in English, or being a national of a country where English is the majority language. The good character requirement is a standard part of the application. The Home Office will review your background for any criminal convictions, immigration violations, or evidence of financial irresponsibility. This includes previous visa overstays, fraud, or failure to pay taxes. Any dishonesty or deception in earlier applications may also count against you. Being fully transparent and providing all necessary information is crucial. In terms of fees, the current cost for an ILR application is £2,885 per person. There may be an additional biometric enrollment fee of £19.20. Once you're granted ILR, you will no longer need to pay the immigration health surcharge for future applications, which is a significant benefit of gaining settled status. Dependents who have lived in the UK with you for 5 continuous years under the skilled worker route may also apply for ILR. They must also meet the same residence requirement of no more than 180 days absence in any 12-month period. For adults, the Life in the UK test and English language requirement must also be met. If your dependent child has turned 18, there are a few more conditions to meet. The child must have entered the UK as a dependent, lived continuously in the UK for 5 years in that role, and not be living independently. They must also meet the adult requirements, including passing the Life in the UK test and proving their English language ability. If you or any of your dependents exceed the allowable absence limit, the consequences can be serious. Your application could be refused, and you may be required to start your 5-year qualifying period all over again. While exceptional circumstances may be considered, these are rare and require strong supporting evidence. To increase your chances of success, it's recommended that you plan ahead. Keep detailed records of all travel in and out of the UK. Complete the required tests early, and track your absences to avoid falling outside the permitted range. Gather all supporting documentation well in advance of submitting your application. If your case involves any complexities, such as lengthy absences, family issues, or employment changes, it's highly advisable to seek professional legal advice before applying. If you're approaching the 5-year mark on your skilled worker visa, now is the time to prepare your ILR application. TAN Law Solicitors can support you throughout this process to ensure every aspect of your case is fully compliant and properly documented. Our legal experts are ready to guide you every step of the way. You can contact us by phone at 024-7763-2323, by email at advice@tanlaw.co.uk, or via WhatsApp on 0044-7421-429338. You can also visit our website at www.tanlaw.co.uk for more information or to schedule a consultation. Your future in the UK matters. Let TAN Law Solicitors